Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an updated build guide for Recoome and Guldo, who have received an incredibly powerful, really good unique equip that is absolutely devastatingly good. So this unique equip is really honestly very impressive. I think for most players who have these characters, this equip should make them comfortable in the meta. I think it'll make them reliable, it'll make them solid, it will really give them a good presence, not for a long time, but definitely in the meantime they'll be incredibly good. So I definitely think they are looking very solid, so that's for sure. So let's talk about them. Recoome and Guldo, sparking tag unit. Recoome, yellow type. Guldo, green. Recoome, obviously the main ability is switch to Guldo. When they switch, restore own health by 10%, ki by 30, plus 20% of damage inflicted, randomly destroy an enemy card. All good kind of tempo control, really good stuff. Then of course on top of that as well, unique ability, perfect combination. Apply the following effect to allies if there's a Ginyu Force or episode, freeze a saga category character aside from this member. Plus 15% to damage inflicted, plus 30% to key recovery. Apply the following effects to self when you enter, 80% to damage inflicted, 50% to strike damage, etc. Now it doesn't sound like a lot in terms of raw numbers. We'll talk about the rest of the passive now. It doesn't sound like a lot in terms of raw numbers. I think what's super important to mention here is that the unique equip that they have does a huge ton of heavy lifting when it comes to that aspect. So we'll talk about that definitely shortly. But yeah, let's talk about a bit more of the effects. So whenever this character enters the battlefield, nullification of unfavorable element factors, which is really good. Sealing enemy special arts. Restoring own key. Every time when hit one enemy's attack, restores health again up to 5 times, and then this will reset whenever he is switched out. Whenever you use a strike or blast arts card, increase the critical rate, increase the damage inflicted. Every time you use a strike arts card, increase the damage inflicted. When landing a strike arts hit, restores own health and key, inflicts the enemy with a key recovery debuff. And then when the enemy activates a Rising Rush, Ultimate Arts, or Awakened Arts, shortens ally substitution counts by 5, inflicts the enemy with a minus 40% to Ultimate Awakened power, and just in general looks really good. You look at the Guldo side of things, obviously really strong. Similar, restoration of health, etc. But Guldo gains a lot of his effects on blast cards. So like whereas Recoome would gain health back on being a strike arts unit, Guldo, not such a case. Guldo, for example, way more focused on blast arts. So when landing blast arts, he provides debuffing and also obviously gives himself some damage inflicted, inflicts the enemy with 2 substitution timer counts, and pretty important. All in all, really good unit. The big thing, like I said, is the unique that they've got. So they got really good unique. Also Guldo applies paralysis, and what's really good is they also destroy your cards, refresh your hand with Guldo. And then with Recoome, in terms of his abilities, Recoome just does some very big special damage. Also restoration of health, which is pretty good on Recoome's end as well on his screen. The new equip that they've got, that new kind of unique that they have, is very good. It's why I didn't want to go through the numbers too specifically, because whatever you heard, you would eventually do a lot of internal maths too. But the point is ultimately at the end of the day, when we look at these units, huge health up 15% on that new unique, strike defense up 50%, blast defense up 50%, damage guard up 100%. Very good. Second slot, 130% up on inflicted damage, 50% on strike and blast attack, 20% on special move damage. And then you've got the slot 3, Slot 3 is very important. On battlefield entry, draw a card for your 3 or fewer, plus 30% when ally is defeated with key, plus 20% to damage card, and damage as well. So that's also very important, because what it means is that they slowly start to stack per Guinea Force member defeated. They get progressively better and better, which is absolutely crucial when you're talking about how these units are performing, everything that they're doing. So I think for me, 100%, these guys are incredibly good units now with the unique. I wouldn't say it's necessarily absolutely perfect. Obviously, it's a general across all 3 of them, so it's not catering directly to Recoome and Guldo's kit. It's just kind of scaling directly to like the Ginyu Force in general. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, the fact that the Ginyu Force in general is getting a buff is pretty good on its own accord. So really, it's not anything too crazy. I think if they get similar level buffs, it's not like their kits are different, but these are raw stat buffs. These are things that are just going to make them work really well. Obviously, it's not like a true Zenkai, so their abilities don't get new changes, which is fine. Their abilities were pretty decent. I will say, obviously, you'd want some changes, but that can happen later on. So yeah,